Anybody who's followed my work closely at all realizes that I'm big on cutting and planting scrape trees. I'm big on mock scrapes. No, you go ahead, you cut this tree, you plant it out here in the middle of this opening. You are not going to draw every single buck in here, but you make it stick out like a turd in a punch bowl, point the licking branches back towards the stand, and it's a billboard. Scrapes are nothing more than the whitetail world's equivalent of a billboard, so the more they stick out, the more a buck wants to work that scrape. Is every single buck going to come into it? No, absolutely not. But the ones that do, you point these licking branches back towards the stand, and what happens is they come in and, oh, there are some darn good shot angles right there from back behind you. At the same time, you got all day to go like this and take your shot while they're working the mock scrape. The problem is when you do a bunch of these like I do, you know what? They get trashed. Softwoods, they don't even make it a season. A lot of hardwoods can make it that one season, maybe 2 or 3, but now you're cutting down tree after tree after tree. So what I've done is last year I went down, got a whole bunch of treated fence posts, whole bunch of treated 2x10s, cut lengths, attached them to the top of the fence post with 3 deck screws and some Gorilla Glue, to be honest with you. Went ahead and bought a bunch of U-bolts, put them through, planted them the exact same way I would a scrape tree. Now, the whole reason that I did that is so I wouldn't have to cut trees year after year after year. Now all I have to do is go cut some oak branches, stick them through those U-bolts, cinch them down tight, and it accomplishes the exact same thing. Making it so that I don't have to cut down all sorts of scrub oaks is what works the best, and replant them every 2-3 years, time after time after time. It's a nice balance. I'm not going to get into specs on it because frankly, I winged it, and I'm sure you guys can come up with even better specs than I did. Mock scrapes and scrape trees are very powerful tools, especially out in the open like this. You go ahead and plant that scrape tree about 20 yards from a stand, point the licking branches towards the stand, and it's going to draw a percentage of those bucks in to work scrapes that wouldn't have came into range anyway. It's not complete game changer. All it is it's a 5-10% increase in shot opportunities. If you don't want to go ahead and cut and plant a bunch of trees, instead you can go ahead and use treated fence posts. Attach a section of 2x10 to the top, drill some holes through, sink some U-bolts in, and just do nothing more than swap the branches each year. I did that last year before I ever talked about it just to make sure it worked. I went ahead and planted 30 of the darn things, 32 actually, and they seem to work every bit as good as cutting and planting a scrape tree. Regardless, go out there, play around. Mock scrapes, planting scrape trees, they're big time game changers when it comes to increasing your shot opportunities yet another notch. And I'm telling you, that can be a game changer when Mr. Big comes in.